Welcome to this webcast for investors and analysts. My name is Tapio Pesola. I'm the Investor Relations Manager here at F-Secure. And next you'll be hearing from our CEO, Mr. Christian Fredrikson, who will, as usual, run through the financials from the previous quarter. After his presentation, there will be plenty of time for questions, and all the presentation material, of course, is already available on our website. Thank you for joining us, and now I give the floor to Christian.
Yes, hi there. Good to be back here for the third quarter of 2015. Overall, if I just start from the overall view, so to say, solid quarter, good progress in our corporate business. Now, let me run through in the following way, if we can get these slides for you as well to run out here. So I'll try to show you basically the agenda, what I'm going to go through here, right? So the content, market review, just the business updates, outlook is basically what I'm going to run through over the next few minutes with you. So let me start with the highlights then from the quarter. Overall, our security revenues increased by 8% year on year, and they totaled 37.2 million euros. The comparative was 34.5 million in the last quarter same quarter in 2014. EBIT, the non-IFRS number, was 7.3 million. That's 20% of our revenues. The operating revenues were on the same level as they were as last year, so flat in terms of growth. Corporate and direct to consumer, which we still keep lumping together here, increased by 17%. And it became 18.6 million euro in the quarter. This is obviously partly, a little bit over half is based on the nSense acquisition here. So it's both organic and non-organic. We had, as typical for us, good positive cash flow, 5.7 million, 5.3 million in the last comparative quarter a year ago. Here you have the same in a different format in terms of our revenues and the EBIT development. And on the right side, you'll see our deferred revenues. Deferred revenues is, of course, mainly from our corporate business where we sell long-term licenses. And we have also split up the number now in deferred revenues current as well as deferred revenues non-current. So the current means 1-year licenses, and then deferred revenues non-current is 1 year above a 1-year licenses, right? So up to 2 years or even 3 years. We have a lot more 2-year licenses done in the corporate business for us, and that's a good thing. And also actually based on the fact that it's not driven by price discounts, but real just long-term commitments with our customers. I'm very pleased with that. Quite strong development actually on non-current deferred revenues, as you can see here. If I then look at the costs, there's nothing major in the cost. We always have this shift, as you can see in the sales and marketing numbers, in cost between actually the summer holiday pay which comes in, or the payments that we do, it always comes in the quarter 2 2015, and it is off comparably from quarter 3 2015. So from a sales and marketing point of view, the numbers look higher in Q2 versus Q3. The other reason why then, of course, the numbers are a bit higher is that now we also have the nSense related items here as well included. On our cash, you can see that the net cash position for us remains very strong and increased, of course, now again after this quarter. Now it's 80.5 million at the end of the quarter was the cash. Just a bit on the market then. So the security market continues to grow, which is nothing new for anybody. Now the consumer security, I'll look at the consumer security market, a little bit on the corporate market, which is kind of small, medium-sized business, and then the enterprise market as well, just to give you a view why we are also shifting as a company towards the enterprise as well as we have shifted overall in the corporate business. So consumer security software market is expected to grow anything between 4 and 5% annually. This is not now so much about internet security anymore, the basics, but also all kind of new areas such as the privacy, where we have the Freedom product, and other categories as well. Now, if you look at corporate security software market, that's expected to grow slightly faster. So that's about 6-7% annually. And that's, of course, if you look at our numbers, we are growing faster than that. So I'm very pleased with the progress in the corporate business, which is now taking off after all the investment we done started about 2 years ago. Now, then shortly about the enterprise security, which is as a market growing the fastest. On the left-hand side, you can see here the global enterprise security market, which is then expected to grow 8.5% annually, give or take, whereas the European same market, enterprise security market, is slightly slower in growth, but still at a healthy pace, which is 7.6% on an annual basis, right? So that's, of course, one reason why we have shifted so strongly towards the enterprise and also the bigger parts of the SMB with our reseller channels. And that's also where the acquisition of nSense made sense. The other reason was obviously, once again, to be where the demand is the highest and where the attacks are the most advanced. And they will anyhow over time, between 6 to 18 months, they will drop from the enterprise market into the other parts, either the SMB or even the consumer market. So you need to be there where the hardest attacks are happening. Now, giving you another view of our non-operator sales, which is now driving the growth for us. You have to remember that the operator business, which is now about half of our business, it was flat in the quarter. Whereas if you combine the direct sales to enterprises, a reseller business where we sell through corporate through resellers, as well as the direct sales to consumers, that is now about half of our business, and there we experienced a strong growth quarter with 17% growth overall. But once again, these figures of course include also the acquisition of nSense, which is now fully in our numbers. Now, the origin of the revenue shift here, you can see what has happened. It wasn't about 3 years ago. We had about over 3 years ago, we had over 70% of our business was through the operators. It is still an exceptionally great channel and partnerships that we have with the operators, and we will continue, and we need to continue bringing new products into that channel as well. However, the growth in the other parts of the business is now so much faster, so you can see how it is catching up. And now in this quarter, we actually became pretty much absolute equal 50-50 split between the operator revenues as well as the other of the company. Now, because we talked about corporate business here and we have talked about the consumer, I'll touch base on that a bit as well now. But because the corporate business, of course, was highlighted in this quarter, let me run a bit more on what are we doing in the corporate business. Now, the investments in the reseller channel are finally paying off for us, and we can see how that has been over this whole year. Every quarter, the speed has increased for us. And that's, of course, based on improvements in sales and marketing in our key regions. And it's also a continued expansion of our reseller partner network in the investment countries for us. And of course, it also means that we have getting better brand recognition, and the feedback on the product and the solution that we deliver both to resellers or through resellers is seen very strong, and the NPS figures are very strong. So we have a very competitive product in the market for the resellers to sell. Now, we also had good growth in our focus countries, where France nearly tripled the new customer acquisitions, Germany is in good growth, and Japan is about to become our biggest and most significant reseller market for us. So that is also experiencing very healthy growth. And overall, our corporate business was growing in almost all of our reseller markets, which is, of course, a good message that we are tracking well on all of the markets now, not only in the specialty investment markets. Of course, in corporate business highlights, you have to mention successful integration of nSense. I'm very pleased how that has progressed for us, even so fast that the combination of our laboratories, of our security cloud, and the great consultant skills that comes from the nSense acquisition, the great teams and talent that we have, is already capable of cooperating, so that we have the first pilot on the product going on at the moment. And we're looking at a launch of the ATP, which is a new product or solution in the advanced threat arena for the enterprises. We're looking at launching that product in the first half of 2016. And as I said, we are in pilot mode at the moment with a few customers. We have one thing that remains a challenge for us overall, which is hunting for top talent. It is a very hot area in the whole cybersecurity space, and for us, because we want to be the key talent place, we have the best of people who can help in the worst of situation and in the worst of hacks and build the best of products to do that. That means that we have to have the most skilled people. So obviously, hunting for new talent is one of the top priorities for us now, and we have a lot of activities going on, but still the fact remains that it is hindering some parts of our growth, and it is also clear that we need to get much better on finding talent, of course, as well in this highly competitive industry. I just wanted to show you a picture of the new user interface and the new mechanism that we will bring for our security solution for corporates. So this shows you a bit of the new user interface that we will have for our security from the cloud solution, protection service for business, as we call it. It is a great way of looking at and helping the resellers sell more and much more easier to install and use and much more informative when it comes to reporting. It also works on different clients, as you can see from here, from the mobiles to the PCs to tablets. It's a strong new way and shows the new capabilities of innovation that we have in this space as well. We're looking forward to rolling that out early next year to our customers, to our corporate customers as well. Now, not forgetting the consumer, where we have also had good traction. As said, the combined growth of these channels was together of these product areas was 17% in the quarter. Now, Safe, we continue rolling it out to operators. So this is the multi-device version, so that they can go for not only PC but the multi-device. Over half of our operator base is now on Safe. And we also launched the new Internet Security 2016 with the full multi-device for consumers. I'm very pleased also with the progress on Freedom. So it's become a more substantial part of our offering to the consumers, or the direct-to-consumer sales. And we had significant new partnerships in Q3 and several new negotiations ongoing for expanding Freedom to OEMs and preloaded either to PCs or mobile devices kind of partnerships. We launched it for added support for Apple Watch. And we launched a new F-Secure ad blocker, which is a free app, which we launched in September. This is becoming then part of Freedom product in itself. It's a separate app for a while, and then we'll integrate into how Freedom works for us. It helps consume less data and makes mobile browsing faster and cleaner, actually. That is the interesting development in this area, where ads are so many that it actually slows down your traffic. So when you block them, your surfing becomes faster. We have, as said, a lot of new wins and new partners with the Freedom. We have good, steady growth. We are not going for free play in this area, but we are going for real conversion into paid customers. And also looking for new partnerships as we go on. In July, we came up with the Best Buy from Canada. We have now signed one of the largest network operators in the world to use Freedom or launch Freedom. We had Mad Crop, the global energy drink brand, and we have several negotiations coming on, and we will release more information in Q4, of course, about some of the OEM partners that we have as well. And then just a new feature also into Freedom Tracker Mapper, which visualizes the tracking that you have. So when you go to the website, you will be able to see what the tracking is going on for you at the moment. It's a promising feedback from the press and the beta users. It's probably the most asked question we have had on Freedom, that when you see how many tracking attempts has been blocked, that what blocking does it actually do. So this will visualize what is going on there. I'm happy to inform also about the award of a trust, the trust award that we got in October from MEFIS, which is the MEFI award in the consumer trust category by the Mobile Ecosystem Forum, MEF. So we're pleased about that one. That's probably one of the big mobile awards that you can have in our industry. We will then continue also with product development, so it's not over, far from over. So I just mentioned the incident detection and response for companies, which will come out in the first half, which is in pilot now. It's an effort done together now with the forces and the great talented people that we have for nSense, together with the ATP advanced threat protection capabilities and the systems and the back engines. we have built from F-Secure together to launch it to the enterprise segment. And we are looking to launch also solutions for securing the smart homes, which is the Internet of Homes, if you will, or Internet of Things, on how to help people in their homes, not only the mobile and fixed PCs that they have, but also looking at any other internet connected devices in their home. So we will get back to these exciting new launches fairly soon, actually. And finally, when I look at our outlook, with this quarter, there is no change in our outlook. So we continue with the same as we said at the beginning of the year, or which was slightly changed actually after the acquisition of nSense. So we are saying that our overall security revenues for continuing operations will be at or above 5% in 2015. And we are saying that our operating profit, which is the non-IFRS for continuing operations, is estimated to be around 15% of our revenues. That it is in terms of our profitability. So there is no real change as such in our outlook at all. We only added the guidance on operating profit non-IFRS has been amended to exclude non-recurring items, which we actually have had every year as it is now. There was nothing else in this one. So looking forward to an interesting Q4 here, and reminding everybody we fight for digital freedom. We are the good guys, and we'll enjoy this, what we do, very strongly. That was it from me, trying to make it very short, crisp and clear, hopefully. And if we have any questions, I am ready to take them now. No questions, it seems. So then, once again, thank you for joining us for the Q3. And I look forward to talking to you fairly soon, actually, then again after the Q4 results. Have a good day, take care, and I'll see you later. Bye now.